Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you about why and how to get into yoga. And the reason I've been thinking about this topic is because in my Facebook group, Everyday Yoga, someone joined and they said that they'd been trying to get into yoga for ages. And this got me thinking a lot actually about things that we want to do in life that we don't do, or things that we want to do and we do manage to do, what helps us with that. Because I'm interested in a lot of things in life, and there are some things that I manage to do regularly and maintain a routine, and there's some things that I don't. And I think it's important to acknowledge that some things are more important to us, to me, than other things, and that might be why it's not happening. But it might also be that some simple things that you could do or simple changes you could make that are going to help you get into yoga, even though it hasn't really been happening so far. I'd love to hear your comments if you've already got a yoga practice, how you got into yoga, why you got into yoga, what you got from it, and if you're new to yoga or you're just returning to yoga, why you've decided to get into yoga now and what's helping you or what you need support with. So for me, my why, I'll tell you about me, and my why and my how of yoga. So I came to yoga first of all because I had a lower back issue, really painful. It was about, must be 11 years ago. I've been practicing yoga for 10 to 11 years. So it was about 11 years ago the physiotherapist recommended yoga, said it might help because a lot of lower back weakness is about the core also being weak. Okay, there are other theories out there apart from physiotherapy about parts of the body and emotions being connected to that, but from a physical sense, they thought that yoga would help me to strengthen my core and my lower back. And then I went to yoga. I loved it. I went to yoga classes twice a week, yoga asana, physical exercise classes. My back got really strong, my core got strong, my whole body got really strong. And so since then, so 10 years, maybe a little bit less, 9 to 10 years, because I can't remember now how long it took for the back pain to go away. I haven't experienced any lower back pain, and for me that's a big deal because that lower back pain was something I'd experienced on and off since I was about 14, since I was a teenager. So I'd experienced it for about 15 years, and then it's gone. For the past 10 years I haven't felt it, which is brilliant. But I also fell in love with yoga and get now so much more from yoga than I expected, because I went in search of this physical therapy, physical exercise, fitness practice, which I do get. But I also really appreciate yoga philosophy and yoga tools for living life. So how to be content, how to calm our mind chatter so we can be in the present, so we can experience life, so we can be our best selves, so that we can take care of ourselves, so that we're in a good place, and then I'm able then to give more out into the world, whether that's in relationships, whether that's in my community or my work, okay? Because I'm a school teacher by day, secondary school teacher. And for me also energy. So in addition to those backache problems, I also, in some ways, wasn't very balanced. So I'd noticed my mood would go really high and then down, and really high and then down. And in the same way, my energy would go really up and down. So I'd have loads of energy for doing things. I think, oh yeah, I'm going to start this exciting project. And then after a short while, I just feel exhausted and not able to do anything. Now I just feel so much more balanced. And for me, I think a lot of it is about the yoga asana practices, the physical practices, which are about balancing our body. The breathing exercises, which often are about balancing our breath in and out, balancing our breath, where it goes in our body. Does it go to our belly or to our chest? Or balancing our breath through the left side and the right side. Okay, which connects out into our body, our emotions, our brain, and helps us be more balanced in the world, not just on our yoga mat when we're practicing as an individual. And then more recently, since I trained to teach yoga, I've become a lot more interested in yoga for social change. So this idea that yoga isn't just about personal transformation, which is how it's often presented to us in the West, but it's also about achieving liberation for all, working towards liberation for all, and that's something I'm so passionate about. So yoga is just, my passion. And what I'll also say for my why, I may have been talking a lot longer than I expected and about different things, but that's fine. My why, whenever I went to the yoga classes that I went to for the first few years of one teacher who was really, really great, and I really connected with her, and although she taught a yoga which was very much about physical fitness and strength, Ashtanga yoga, she taught it in a way which really resonated with me, which is about listening to your body and doing what feels good for your body and resting if that's what you need right now. And the why that I wanted to say was, whenever I went to a yoga class then and since then, I just feel amazing afterwards. And I'd say, looking at research and science about yoga, it's this bringing together of body, mind, breath practice, which helps me feel a lot more relaxed, grounded, at ease, and just have like a really nice feeling, which I can't really put into words. So that's what motivates me. If I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it, oh, I'm tired, I know that I'll feel a lot better if I do yoga. And if I do yoga in the mornings, which I like to, even if it's just for 10 minutes, I know that from experience, my day just feels so much better, and I feel better in myself all day. And so when I wake up and I'm like, I'm tired, I can motivate myself to get up and do the yoga most of the time, because I know what results it's going to have for me. So that's the why, and then the how. So I think when I was thinking about why and how, I was thinking, why? What's your motivation to do yoga? So maybe think about these questions for yourself. Why do you want to do yoga? What are the benefits for you? Could be benefits that you experience already, or ones that you hope to experience. You can make a note of it if you want to, if it's going to help you figure it out, and also you can then look back on that in future when you're feeling a bit demotivated. And then the how, in what way are you going to practice yoga? Are you going to do yoga at home on your own? Are you going to use a book and follow that? Are you going to watch a video and follow that? Are you going to go to a class? Are you, let's see, what else could we do? You could listen to a podcast about yoga sometimes. You can just be talked through movements if it's ones that you already know. And how often are you going to do it? So for me, I like to practice yoga in the morning. In that, I do say every morning, but actually what I mean is Monday to Friday mornings. And then if I feel like it at the weekend, I can do it. But at the weekend, I have other things going on, and I like to spend time with my partner. So for me, I practice that morning yoga, which is really important. And then I also go to some yoga classes, which were face-to-face, but now they're on Zoom because of coronavirus current situation. And what works for you, basically? I actually love practicing at home. Having a home self-led practice is really important to me, and then going to teachers and learning from them and being guided by them is also important to me. So what works for you, from what you've tried before, or from knowing your lifestyle, and how you can fit yoga into your life. And when you know why you want to do yoga and how you want to do it, it's good to think about what might come up that's going to stop you doing it. So what might get in the way? What could happen? So maybe if I want to practice yoga in the mornings, I could wake up feeling really tired. Or I could be on holiday somewhere else, not at home. Or what else? Something could happen where, I don't know, someone in my family needs me to do something with them or for them. So there are these things, unexpected things, which come up, which can get in the way of us forming routines and habits or meeting our own expectations of ourselves. So I want you just to note down all those things that could come up and get in the way of you practicing yoga, and then what you're going to do about it. Are you just going to say, okay, fine, I won't practice yoga today, I'll do the other thing, which is important? That could be fine. Or are you going to say, no, I'm always going to practice yoga, whatever. If someone else needs me to help them, I'll just have to tell them that I'll be with them in 10 minutes while I do the yoga, which helps me to be my best, and then I'll be with them. But decide for yourself what is going to be most helpful, what's going to help you get into the routine of doing yoga that you want. And say for me, sometimes I wake up, I feel really tired, I think I don't want to do yoga. I don't have a strict rule for myself about what I do in this case, okay, because there are multiple things I could do. I just, while I'm in bed, think briefly about it and make a decision about which one I'm going to do. So I could say, I'm going to just stay in bed for 10, 15 more minutes and not do yoga. I could say, do you know what, I'll stay in bed for 5 more minutes and then I'll just do 5 minutes of yoga. I could say, I won't do yoga this morning, but I'll do it in the evening when I get back from work. They're just a few of the options, and usually I can feel what's good for me. So whether I just need to just get out of bed and do it, or if I'm feeling tired in a way where I do just need that extra sleep and need a day off. Because yoga is not about competition and being competitive with ourselves. You know, yoga philosophy says that routine is good for us. And I do believe this more, as I get older, I have more routine in my life with work, as well as with habits in my personal life and my yoga practice, and I do feel like it's good for me. But we can't always stick to it, and if I said to myself I'm going to get up and do 10 minutes of yoga every single day, and then sometimes I didn't manage to do it, I might end up feeling bad about myself, like I'm not good enough. And I don't want that for myself or for you. Why are you doing yoga? How are you going to do it? What might happen that will stop you, get in the way, and what are you going to do about that? Add your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, I'm happy to be sharing this yoga journey with you. See you soon.